Are you looking for a more affordable place to be in the Madison area? My name is Mark Ladue. I'm broker associate with Lauer Realty Group, and today I'm standing here at Old Brick Park in this beautiful snow in Madison, Wisconsin. Yes, I wanted to show you exactly what it looks like in December in case you're starting your home search. Maybe you're relocating to Madison and this helps you figure out what it looks like in December. Maybe you're looking to downsize or you're a first-time home buyer. I want to tell you about 5 neighborhoods on the east side that are within 15 minutes of Capitol Square or downtown Madison that you might want to consider because the average price for these homes is far less than the median price in the central Madison area, which is around $450,000. So, I'm going to be talking to you today about the Eastmorland neighborhood, the Lake Edge neighborhood, the Emerson East neighborhood, the Darbo Worthington neighborhood, and finally the Eken Park neighborhood. These are all great places to live within 15 minutes of downtown Madison. And as you can see, I'm standing here at Old Brick Park, which is one of the central places on Madison's east side, right on Lake Monona. I hope this helps. So follow along, let's dive in and take a look at these more affordable neighborhoods in Madison, relatively speaking. We are now in what's considered to be the Eastmorland neighborhood. This is going to be just adjacent to the Schenck-Atwood neighborhood. So you have Old Brick Park basically separating the two neighborhoods, but this is going to be far less average price per home than the Schenck-Atwood neighborhood. So over here in Eastmorland, a couple things to consider. There's the Capital City bike path that you abut, and that is perfect if you're trying to get downtown or maybe even over to the Schenck-Atwood neighborhood. You also have Old Brick Gardens. You have the Old Brick Beer Garden. You have the Eastside Businessmen's Club, which has a tiki bar. So when it's not doing this and snowing, then guess what? It's a perfect place to enjoy a summer evening right on Lake Monona, sunsets, music, the whole thing. So let's go over the housing stock and what's been going on in this market in 2024. So housing stock over here, you've got a huge range. And that's because you have people who have built completely new homes in Eastmorland, and they have revamped small 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So you'll see small bungalows, you'll see small ranches, but this is a affordable neighborhood close to the near east side of Madison. So when we look at the stats, the average price in Eastmorland is $376,000. And then you have an average days on market of only 7. So again, 7 days average on market, which means these homes are selling really quickly. Also, to put it all in perspective, you've got 38 home sales here in Eastmorland, and that's not a lot. So again, one other great option if you're looking to be on or near the near east side of Madison, Eastmorland is a perfect choice. All right, welcome to the Lake Edge neighborhood. So when we're looking at neighborhoods that are a little more affordable near Madison, this is going to be on the east side, but it's going to be the furthest east that you'll be if you want to be within 10 to 15 minutes of downtown Madison or Capitol Square. This has got homes that have been built prior to the 1970s. You have anything ranging from 2-bedroom, 1-baths to all the way up to 4-bedroom, 3-baths. It just depends on where you are in the neighborhood. We've got a lot of people who have done some remodeling in this neighborhood. To give you a sense of where we are, we're in between Cottage Grove Road and Buckeye Road. So we're really close to Monona, but not on the same side of the lake. There's a lot of great things over here to experience. So you've got a shopping center that's got the Muska Lounge, Hank's, Meat People Butchers, Crema Cafe. It's even got your pet store if you have pet needs. And then on the other side, you have the Dive In, which is really cool. Chiefs is another great place if you want to grab a drink and maybe see some live music on a Friday or Saturday night. But Lake Edge neighborhood, again, is going to be the furthest east that you go. It's within about 15 minutes of Capitol Square. Let me give you some statistics. So in 2024, Lake Edge neighborhood, the average price was $347,000. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't homes over here that are selling for above that. It just means the average price over here is $347,000. So if you think about it, Madison is $450,000 median price. Over here in the Lake Edge neighborhood, just a little bit further east, you're going to be at $347,000. The other thing to note, 7 days is the average on market. So if you're looking in this neighborhood, they do sell fairly quickly. In 2024, we saw 32 home sales in this neighborhood, so not a lot. It's not a huge neighborhood, but if you're interested in purchasing something that's well below the Madison median price, then this would be a great neighborhood to check out. You've got Southside Elementary, you've got Senate Middle School, and then you have La Follette High School. These are going to be the schools that service this neighborhood. All right, we're now in the Emerson East neighborhood, and this is going to be the closest one to Capitol Square, so it's maybe a 5-minute car ride. It's really easy to get to by bike. Right behind me is what's going to be the Madison Public Market, and this is what everybody's really excited about. So this is going to be located just flanking the Emerson East neighborhood, and I think it's going to be a wonderful addition to the neighborhood. On the opposite end, you have Dexter's Pub, which is a great place to catch a Brewers game, a Packers game, get a bite to eat, have a drink. This neighborhood, these homes were built, most of them in the early 1900s, and the architecture around here is really awesome to look at. There's all sorts of different styles, so if you can think back to the early 1900s and what they were building, this neighborhood is a wonderful place to be. So let's break down the numbers for the Emerson East neighborhood. Now this one's going to be a little more expensive because it is close to downtown. The average price in this neighborhood, $398,000. So still just below the Madison median, but $398,000 is the average price for a home in this neighborhood. We saw an average days on market of 7, so again, selling very quickly. And in this neighborhood, we saw only 17 sales. So if you're thinking about wanting to be in the closest, most affordable neighborhood, relatively speaking, in the Madison area, Emerson East would be the place that you want to be. The schools here are Emerson Elementary, Sherman Middle, and East High School. Again, this is the Emerson East neighborhood. Such a wonderful place to be if you're thinking about being in a more affordable neighborhood on the east side of Madison. Welcome to the Darbo Worthington neighborhood. Now, if you're not familiar with Darbo Worthington, it's just north of the Schenck-Atwood neighborhood. The Starkweather Creek runs through this neighborhood, and it's a great place to start if you're looking to purchase your first home in the Madison area. It's about 10 minutes away from downtown Madison. One of the great places in the Darbo Worthington neighborhood is the Malt House. This is a gathering place where you can have a drink, listen to some live music. The Kissers often play there. It's a really cool place just to hang out. But Darbo Worthington is a place that you should really consider if you're thinking about purchasing in the Madison area. And the reason for that is the average price for a home in Darbo Worthington is $289,000. Now, here's the thing. Days on market here, 4 days on market on average. And last year in 2024, or this year I should say, in 2024, only 16 home sales. So you can see that it's a fairly small neighborhood, but there's a lot of great different styles of homes. There's railroad bungalows, there's two-story craftsmans, there's ranches. There's all sorts of housing stock to choose from. So if you're thinking that you'd like to be just a little bit further out from central Madison and a little more affordable, relatively speaking, then Darbo Worthington might just be the neighborhood for you. Welcome to the Eken Park neighborhood. I am standing at the central location here in Eken Park, which is home to the Eken Park Festival that happens each summer. Lots of great live music, food, crafts, things like that. Eken Park has become a more and more popular neighborhood over the last 5 years, and I'll tell you why. There's a couple of places that have popped up in this neighborhood that everybody loves. There's Ogden's North Street Diner. There's The Collective with Youngblood Brewing Company. You have Cafe Domestique. You have Bloom Bakery. And then across the street, you have Tip Top Tavern. So there are all of these wonderful places that you can hang out. And one of the best places for live music in the area is the North Street Cabaret that just happens to be in the Eken Park neighborhood. Now, it's also really popular because the average price in Eken Park is $304,000. So if you think about the median price over in Madison, or near east side of Madison, it's $450,000, right? But this is $304,000. There's a huge variety of housing stock here. It actually sprung up from when the Oscar Mayer plant was here. So you had just some very simple housing that was offered. And now you see people who are just making beautiful homes in this neighborhood, whether they're rebuilding, they're remodeling, they're upgrading, whatever they're doing. Eken Park is a really popular place to be. Some of the things to note too, you have an average days on market of 8, and in 2024 there were only 32 sales in this smaller neighborhood, so only 32. It's serviced by Emerson Elementary School, Sherman Middle School, and East High School. But if you're looking for an alternative to being in the central Madison area, Eken Park is a wonderful place to consider. There you have it. If you've been looking for some more affordable neighborhoods on the east side of Madison, we've gone through the list. So there are 5 of them that I want you to consider. Remember, it's Eken Park, Darbo, Worthington, Eastmorland, Emerson East, and Lake Edge. Combined, they have less than probably 100 sales over the year, but they are going to be more affordable if you're thinking about purchasing your first home, or maybe you're thinking about relocating to Madison and want to know more about these neighborhoods. If you like this video, please feel free to hit the like, subscribe button. And if you have questions about other neighborhoods in the Madison area, we're more than happy to help. Thanks so much. I'm glad you stopped by.